G'day traders, welcome to wrap up of Tuesday, February 14th. Got the daily chart up here. It's pretty much the same as it has been for the last couple of weeks, and that's that we're sitting at the highs and still waiting for the market to push back. So while we're sitting up here at the highs, which we have been all year, we've just been bouncing, hitting these highs and just pushing basically the 6-month high higher and higher. So while we're waiting for the market to pull back, we're going to be limited as far as the range and trends we get during the day. So still willing on a daily pullback to really start to see some action. In the meantime, we just got to go with what we're dealt. Just because it's slower markets doesn't mean there's no opportunities. There's fewer opportunities, but there's still going to be definitely ones out there. It's just an opportunity to maybe refine your systems a little bit more and develop a few skills that you're going to need, because there's always going to be slow markets at times. Markets aren't always fast. So opened up here. The pre-market pushed down a little bit. You can see the moving average line is pointing down on this 5-minute chart here. So that trend continued as far as the opening goes. So we saw the market start to push down about 5 points here. Would have liked to see the trend push down a little bit more and show a little bit of conviction on the downside. The Russell early on really pushed down hard, but then started to go sideways. In the end, after not a great trend, the market did pull back. By this stage, because there's no conviction, not really looking at any kind of sells here, just maybe looking for the market to push lower again and really continue that downwards trend. But in the end, that didn't really eventuate. A lot of the other markets at this stage here, after bouncing off this power point, this grey on the 1-minute chart, all the other markets started to point up and really showed like they want to head back up and have a look at these highs, which is what they started to do. I guess with these tighter ranges, these tighter ranges, what we want to see is, like I said before, more conviction on the downside, and at least we get a go at a sell. And even if we don't get any selling opportunities, then when the market does decide to turn around, we've got plenty of room for it to make its way to the highs and start looking at 5-minute fades or power fades to the upside as the market goes for its highs. The problem here with tight ranges and tight trends, it doesn't give us a lot of room to take advantage of that downside, and then when it hits the upside, to take advantage of that. So that's how we're limited. But we've got to go with that and just see what happens. So like I said, it pushed the upside, moving average started to swing round, but now we're already at the high. So we're just waiting for either the market to pull back, which it did here. And at this stage here, I thought the predictive might want to switch to the upside and look at a 5-minute buy opportunity. In the end, it got rid of that idea pretty well and started to really head down to the lows again. So you can see we've got a new trend here. So you really got to be looking for the trends or the trends within the day. So the morning session's gone. Now we've got this 6.5 point trend on the downside. So fresh trend here, looking for a new pullback. So we pull back here, pretty much where the predictive crossed the to the upside. It predicted the peak of that pullback. And then from there the market started to sell off to the downside. Close to getting a 5-minute sell, would have been a good 5-minute sell, definitely one to look at. But in the end it was just a little bit close to the lows. Move the 1-minute chart across. So market pushed down, continued to go lower. Then we had another pullback here. So quite often the second pullback it is a good one to take, as long as you see this market push down lower and break this area here, this swing low area here, and show that the sellers are definitely still around. Then more than happy to take these kind of second pullbacks. But interesting enough, with this second pullback, at the time, all the other markets were breaking down. The only thing is the Russell didn't break lower. When you look at this same area on the Russell, it hadn't broken down and showed like it wasn't convinced on the downside at all. And that's exactly what happened when you had this pullback here. It came to this low and then turned around and headed straight to the upside. So the Russell was already predicting that. So it's really interesting to, in your own time, really try and absorb and watch what the other markets do, because they do give a lot of information. And you can see the same area on the 1-minute chart. This is where we pushed down the first trend after the pullback, then had a second pullback here, then pushed down lower. It's this area here where the Russell didn't push lower, which indicated that we might be heading up again soon, and you can see that's eventually what happened. And then the finish today, we had quite a strong rally. So that's a wrap up for Tuesday. Speak to you guys tomorrow.